How the fuck did you lose 13 M's?
I'll tell you this, it's not a loss yet.
What's your most expensive mistake on a car?
Oh my gosh, let me take a sip to that one.
What's a moment where you felt like the business is gonna close down?
Ooh.
Give me a number. What's the biggest, best year that you've had?
Oh.
On site at Art in Motion's Bespoke Boutique. I have my guest right here, Mr. Niro Art in Motion.
It all started as a little kid, tinkering with my bicycles that eventually became cars. As I got much older, I realized that I have a talent that I shouldn't just let go to waste and just kind of wait for when the day comes. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. The rest is pretty much history. We built this place for our 10-year anniversary, which was, 3 years ago. We're now 13 years in business next month.
Do you find that being from Toronto, being Tamil, was an advantage or a disadvantage?
I'd say it's an advantage. The town people has been showing out more for the community, and which we need a lot more of.
How much does it cost to get some work done here at Art in Motion?
It used to start off as like a little 50 to 100 bucks. Now our average job is in 30, 40,000.
How did having a wife, a woman by your side, help you find?
Huge, bro. My wife has been there from the beginning. You're a husband, you're a father. You're fighting your demons right now.
How are you really doing, man to man? All right, welcome back to the Closing Time, episode 10. I'm your host, Janarth Maheswaran, mortgage broker from Montreal, Quebec. I specify Montreal, Quebec because we're not in Quebec right now. We're in Toronto, Ontario, on site at Art in Motion's Bespoke Boutique. I have my guest right here, Mr. Niro Art in Motion.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Yo, I really appreciate you having us on site. But before we start, Niro, I've been dying to ask you this. How the fuck did you lose 13 M's?
Oh my God. You know what? I'll tell you this. It's not a loss yet.
Yeah.
Because if you go and sell, then it will be a loss. But at this current market, obviously, if you calculate what loss is, bro, 13 million it hits the heart. It hits the chest real hard, right? But fingers crossed. I mean, Canada does what it does, and it comes back up. But as of right now, if we do sell, it's a big loss.
But it's straight. You had a project that went left, or what happened exactly?
It's not a project, bro. It's just it's a big portfolio of a bunch of properties that we own.
Okay.
That are all pretty much. They're all pretty much in the negative. There's like a 1-2 that have some equity left. Yeah. But you've seen what's, you're in the mortgage world. Yeah. You see what's happening right now. You see what's happening with the real estate agents. There is obviously ups and downs, just like the stock market. Yeah. But as of right now, how fast stuff has come down. Yeah. I just closed up on a property just short of a year ago, and it's already down 1.4 mil. Jeez. Just like that, and that's my principal property right now. But I think God willing, it'll come back up. Yeah. But I mean, if we take our losses, I'll tell you this: if I take my losses, I'm gonna do it 10 times fucking better next time.
That's it.
Yeah.
And even to say the word, just to say 13 M's, you have to be able to get there somehow. So let's take it back to the story of how you even got to that point where you could even take a 13 M's L.
Ooh. You know what? It all started as a little kid. Yeah. It started as just me tinkering with my bicycles and just my toys at home. We got some of the stuff that is sitting here on this table, which we could talk about. But it all started with a dream and just toys that eventually became cars that we started to own at a very young age. One of the first cars that I started working on was at 11, 12 years old. So from there, it was a passion. Fast and Furious had come out, and it was always a vision to open up a shop one day when I was much older. I never thought I would do it at a young age in my early 20s. But it started from this is one of the cars right here. Yeah. It's all broken up and beat up now. Paint's missing. The wing is missing. But this used to be a police car.
Oh, shit.
And I just broke apart 20, 30 different cars that I had. And I made this to what it is. It's nothing crazy. If you look inside, it even has a Honda VTEC motor and an Impala. Yeah. But it's all a bunch of pieces that I broke apart from other cars and just other toys. And then inside, there's a bunch of headphones. So obviously back in the days, we had plug-in headphones. Yeah. So all these wires, if I take these wires out, you can see the wire. Shit. You could plug this in. If I plug this to my Siri system, it'll play. It'll play through the cars. So all the speakers that are in there, they play music. In the trunk, we did a whole trunk setup with speakers, nitrous bottles. This here, these little lip pieces that I added. Yeah. If you look at the bottom, you see the blues still kind of peeking through. Yeah. If you know the blue Bic pen, that's the Bic pen, the edge of the pen cover that I molded with Bondo. And this is trem-clad paint. The bottom, I don't know if these are gonna work, but these are bike caps that you put on your valve covers, on your bicycle wheels, and they would flash lights. Little underglow shit. Made my own little exhaust. Took all these little companies that are on the side here They're from the magazine from like Import Fest back in the days when they first started. And, just put all the branding. We have Lankin Flava. We have, DJ Kumar. We got some Tamil writing right here.
Yeah.
We support the Tamil roots. Even inside here, like at the back, we can look into it later. But the classic original picture that everyone remembers, you could take a look inside. You'll see it looks like a TV screen. Because back in the days, Tamil guys used to put like Tamil, you see screens in the headrest, screens everywhere. So that picture, if you look at it, it's the OG Accord that Bassett owned when he started Import Fest. And that's at the Sky Dome, which they now call the Rogers Center. And to this day, I will still call it the Sky Dome. I don't care what anybody says. It's not the Rogers Center. It's a Sky Dome. That's the original picture from one of the first magazines when Import Fest started. And that's when Fast and Furious came out,
Yeah.
And that was like just like a little thing. I bought this little Jeep Liberty, same thing. The lip just broke off as I picked it up. Like, it's so brittle. Like, all this is just Bondo, But same thing, speakers, the lips right here. This, again, I made from scratch. And like nowadays you got 3D print, but if I go here, you can see it was molded nice. The other side of it's broken, but we took like mesh. And bro, just, you know what I mean? Like, I was a little kid. I was like 7, 8 years old when I built this,
Would you say this is your first project cars?
Yeah. Like first actual stuff that I built from pretty much scratch. Like even the wheels on this, bro, for example, these are like, if you look at how thin they are, they're actually like BMX bike wheels.
Shit.
And I just took tires and I put it in, and then I made my own like caliper and rotors, and I put it in so it looks like it's actual like brakes. But like, bro, I was a young kid doing that. And like my mom would always say like, yeah, this guy's gonna be a mechanic buddy, and and one thing I'll tell you right now, a lot of people doubted. They're like, oh, why are you trying to be a mechanic? Bro, with Tamil, then you're always told to be a doctor, lawyer, like a big person at a bank or whatever, And they're like, oh, you want to be the mechanic buddy and this and that, But, I laugh about it now. It's like all those aunties and uncles that were doubting. It's like, oh, can you lecture my kids now?
Oh,
like,
shit,
tell them what it is, And it's not even like a thing to like boast about. It's just like, bro, it's a risk that I took. I could have just been a guy that's spinning wrenches still at a mechanic shop or still at Honda. Like I started, I was at a dealership, and but I took the risks, and I still take the risk to this day. We were just talking. Look, we opened the podcast with how much we're in the L. We were talking about, even when we were just walking to the shop, like how slow it is right now with how bad. We've officially said that we're in a recession now in Canada, right? And I'm not afraid to talk about it because, bro, like, why are you going to hide what's really going on?
Exactly.
Like, it is slow. So, but we're going to have to learn to pivot, and we're going to figure out what we got to figure out, and we're going to learn from the mistakes that we made, because we are human at the end of the day, So, bro, there's nothing else to boast about other than make your mistakes and just learn from it. And then from what you do better after that is where you actually win,
That's it. And you obviously, you have massive success. We see what you've built. We're here on site. How did you take it from this passion of yours in the automotive industry to put it into motion to where you are now?
So, I mean, started working at 11 years old. I used to work at my uncle's detail shop. So I would finish school, 3:30, 4 o'clock, go there, detail cars. And then, 9, 10 o'clock, whatever it is, my other uncle, he would work at a full service gas station, at a Beaver gas station on Weston Road, Weston and Finch. I would go there. Obviously, it was illegal, bro. I was working cash, young kid, but I was tall. I was already like pretty much 6 feet, how tall I am now. And I was pumping gas and just hustling like crazy. And, one day, as I got much older, I realized that, I have a talent that I shouldn't just let go to waste and just kind of wait for when the day comes. And it was a scary moment, bro. I was on vacation, and I wasn't doing, like, I was doing amazing at the shop that I was at. It was a private shop, and I just didn't like the environment and just like how certain people were treating me. And I said, you know what? Like, why am I doing this when I'm bringing my clientele, when I'm bringing my skills, and I'm bringing you, in the couple hundreds of thousands is just what my labor work was. And I calculate it, you know what I mean? I'm a math guy. So you give me a number, but I'll calculate it. So I seen what I was bringing in for this shop. And I realized one day, it's just like, if I'm going to be treated like this, and I'm, pretty much your top tech, why am I here? So I was in Dominican, bro. I was laying on the beach, and I'm like, we always had the name, and I'm just like, you know what? Instagram had just come out. social media was kind of, popping. Facebook we were using back in the days is 2012, 2013. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I was just sitting there and I was on Kijiji and I was just looking at listings. Yeah. And I seen this lease pop up and it was literally like 30 seconds away from the shop I was working at, like the next signal light.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like God's showing me a sign, I'm a strong believer in Christ. And I prayed and I was like God, if this is what you think is my path, then like let it happen, Yeah. It wasn't like I looked at like 10 units. It was the first one I saw. It looked good. It was small. It was a rundown, like crappy shop, but it was going to do the work that I needed. It was going to just give me at least a starting point.
Yeah.
And 2013, July 13th, I started and I never looked back, bro.
Jeez. And what were some of the early mistakes that you made on, like in the early days?
Early days, I'd say not using my money. I used my money. I should have used the bank's money.
Yeah.
I should have put what I had and, created a proper business plan and said, hey, listen, I have 20 grand. Back then, again, 20 grand is a lot of money back then. Yeah. 20 grand is like the new modern day 100 grand.
Yeah.
They say now the new 100 grand is 300 and something thousand, right?
Yeah.
So 20,000 was a lot of money back in 2013, right? And I should have put that into the bank, started a business account, maybe waited 6 months, not so rush into it and, build the business account and say, listen, like, here's my business plan. This is what I'm going to do. This is what my projections are. This is how much I'm going to invest into the unit that I'm going to be building. And hey, give me a loan. Or, they have government guaranteed loans even now where you show 10%. You want $100,000 from the bank, you need 10,000 in the account and see some transactions, right? So one of my early mistakes, and I think the other thing is letting a lot of people get in my head because I was one of the only ones in the group that was taking the risks at that time and like getting out of my comfort zone of just like not doing the whole 9 to 5 bullshit. You'll see a lot of my suits. My slogan is fuck a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone that does a 9 to 5 because there's people that do 9 to 5s that make more than I do, more than billionaires do. And that's their prerogative. That's what they like to do. By all means, I'm happy for you. Yeah. For me, I would never work for anybody. That's just the way I always knew that I would just like, I don't want to listen to anybody. Like, not that I didn't listen to my parents, but I just don't like to listen to anybody. I want to do what I want to do, but I'm going to be a good person at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, like it just pretty much started from that. And, the rest is pretty much history. We built this place for our 10-year anniversary, which was, 3 years ago. We're now 13 years in business next month. And our goal was to have a freestanding building in the, greater Toronto area or close to downtown, which was a dream. Freestanding, you're on the Queensway. And this building fell into our lap. And on my 10-year anniversary day, we threw a crazy event. I catered back to my clients, catered back to my family. And it's just the best feeling to be able to do that. And we were talking about this earlier that no matter what, I always like to give back as much as I can, And I know I can give back even more. I'm just a very busy person. And I really want my people to understand, like, and especially my close loved ones. It's not that I'm there ignoring anybody or like, it's a lot. And like, no one will understand what it takes to be in my shoes until they actually sit here and do it. Not even for a day, but do it for a week, do it for a month, do it for a year. Yeah. See the stress, see the tears, see the blood, see the pain, see the back pain, the neck pain, the times where I'm like pulling over on the side of the road and I'm going to throw up. Like nobody sees that. You know what I mean? So when it's like the loved ones like, yo, where you been? Or like, oh, the people that you've lost, I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, I'm growing, I'm learning, and I've been taking a lot more of a step back to spend more time with family. And that's been my biggest thing. You've seen in the other podcasts we've been talking about, where like my biggest thing now is I just want to buy back my time as much as I can because I am getting older. I'm turning 36 this year. Before I know it, it's going to be the 40. Yeah. So time's flying. I've seen my kids grow before my eyes. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what this brand does. Yeah. We've been doing it for quite some time now. And even before it was a business, it was a car crew, but we've been doing what we're doing.
For sure. So you touched on a lot. I want to take it back to, you said, how that no one knows the stress. No one knows the stress of what I do. Like, we got down for this podcast. The second I get down, I say bye to my wife and my kid. Boom, get a call from the bank. Get a call from my client. Get a call from here. Get it from there. So I can only imagine how it is for you. What are the stresses that people don't really know about in your industry or in what you do?
So, I mean, one of the biggest stresses obviously is being able to fund all of this, right? You know, your monthly expenses are out the roof. You know, you're making sure that you're up to date with the clients' cars that are in for insurance jobs, for example. Like insurance side is a very big market, but it also, you know, you need a lot of capital to run that. Imagine if I'm running 40, 50 claims a month, your bankroll needs to be big, you know, and, you know, with slow times, it's hard, right? And with insurance companies getting stricter and harder and taking more time to pay, like, bro, I have outstanding payables in accounting that are in the millions that haven't been paid because of COVID. Like a lot of the OGs left, a lot of the adjusters left, a lot of the appraisers left. So you're chasing people trying to, you know, give back supplements and prove to why you needed that extra dollar bolt that you need to put on a fender, like, and they won't pay out a $13,000 bill because of like, why did you need $5 extra? It's stupid, you know. Back in the days, it used to be a lot easier. But the insurance side is a massive headache. It used to be really good, obviously, to make money. Now more so, you know, you probably see me not do it as much because the stress, honestly, bro, I started getting the white hairs because of that, you know. And but I'll do it for my clients, you know, my OG clients, especially if they're there and they get into a little dilemma and they need it done, I'm going to take care of you. But if I had to choose something to stop doing, it would be that side, because it's very stressful, you know, and it takes a big toll on me. It takes a big toll on my family, because, bro, there's days where I'm leaving the shop, I'm stressed like crazy because something's not going right, or, you know, my customers understand, because I always try to keep them up to date as much as I can. But at the end of the day, you know, when a customer is at fault, for example, or if they're on a comprehensive claim, their rental runs out, and you have back-ordered parts that are back-ordered for months and they have no car, you feel bad. But it's like, you got to keep catering to them. You got to keep proving to the insurance company why it's back-ordered. But it's like, what do you want me to do? Your car is sitting here blocking my shop, or it's blocking my body shop with parts that I'm waiting for. I don't want to do that. And I don't have to answer to that all the time. But for me, because I'm just such a people pleaser, it affects me a lot, bro. And like, I'm like an overthinker. I will admit to that. I overthink a lot, and it gets to me, you know. And like, sometimes my family takes that toll, that I'm coming home, I'm angry, or bro, I'm human at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And I don't want that. I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for my wife. I don't want that for my mom, my dad, my sister, like nobody, my friends, my employee. I don't want them to feel that, you know? So this is where I was like, you know what? Like, if we're going to be doing this, if we're going to be expanding, you know, we're going to scale back a lot on certain things. And again, we're going to pivot in different ways, where we're going to make money in different avenues. And it's not even about making money anymore, bro. It's just like, the biggest thing that I really want to do is just grow with the people, right? We were talking about that too earlier. Like, just grow with everyone that's trying to grow, because, bro, we're still very small fish in the sea, bro. You know what I mean?
How did you define success when you first started compared to how you define success now?
I mean, when I first started, like I said, there wasn't too many people doing it. It all started from my mom's driveway, you know, doing $40 details, spending 6-7 hours. You know, the pain, the blood, the sweat, the heat, the uncomfortableness of just making a little money, but just like knowing that, you know, there was an end vision, right? But, you know, when we first started, when social media had just come out, Instagram had just come out at that time, we were just trying to push as much as we could in content wise, right? Because we were all trying to learn. Like, all content creators were pretty much created, I think, I'd say in the past like 6-7 years, where real content creators came out. But back then, we were just trying to figure it out. We were like Facebookers, or like MySpace kids, or like Desi Planet kids that like just used to post like a picture, and like, we didn't even know what we were doing, you know? But back then, because we were like one of the first to do it, especially in the automotive scene, and being Tamil, bro, like, it started to go like this way, that way. A lot of people were talking like, yo, this guy used to just like track cars and like build Hondas. And now he has a shop. And it started to grow really, really fast. And I just ran with it, you know? But if I look at the success from then to now, of course, then we were just learning. But even right now with what we've built, it's, I humble myself a lot, because bro, like, we're still so small. Like, we're not a $1 billion company yet, you know? So eventually the goal one day is to be able to give back. Like, it's, everything that we want to make is to try to give back to the community, give back to our family, give back to our loved ones. And it's to get to that point now, right? So right now we're just trying to battle and fix our losses, and just kind of get over this hurdle, because in life, you know, it's like this no matter what. Just like in the stock market, crypto, whatever it is, you're gonna go ups and downs, right? And so we're just trying to figure it out right now. But eventually, you know, we want to build generational wealth where it's you don't have to worry about anything, you know. Like nothing's a question.
Yeah.
And it's not even about like the luxuries anymore. You don't even, I don't even care about that. It's just like, hey, why don't we just go on vacation for a year and like not even like, who cares? They got it. You know?
And being from Toronto, so me, because I come here pretty often, and whenever I'm here compared to Montreal, bro, I'm driving down, I see billboards, Tamil realtor, Tamil lawyer, brown this, brown that. I'm like, yo, people are thriving here. So to me, it's like a land of, it's like LA to me when I come to Toronto. It's like a land of opportunity for especially Tamil people. Brown people were doing it up like crazy here. I see you, obviously, one of the biggest. So do you find that being from Toronto, being Tamil, being brown, was an advantage or a disadvantage here?
I'd say it's an advantage.
Yeah.
To be honest, whether it's a supporter or a hater, I mean, they're watching.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I see all the fake accounts. A lot of them are Tamil people, but at the end of the day, being Tamil and doing it in the city and trying to do it as, you know, as legit possible as we can. Yeah. I think people, they gravitate to that and they see that, you know, someone in the community is trying to do it for them, which I'd say in the past couple of years, same thing, like 5-6 years, I feel like the Tamil people has been showing out more for the community, and which we need a lot more of, bro, because we have amazing talent. You know, we're amazing people at the end of the day. We have such culture, you know, and like we have, I'd say, bro, and I talk to a lot of people. I feel like Tamil people are just so loving, you know, and caring. And like you think about like how our mothers raised us, our fathers raised us, our aunts, our uncles, our grandparents. We've always come with like, even like very like more like the Punjabi people, right? Like they're all like tight knit. And it's sad because, you know, in the early days, it was always like Tamil on Tamil beef and this and that, but you don't see that anymore, which is amazing. And like, it was sad to see that back in the days because, I mean, bro, we were all involved in this bullshit back in the days. You know, you'd go to Kondatam and you're like, bro, there's people getting stabbed. Like for what? You know what I mean? Like we didn't need to see all that. I get it, but like, bro, we came from a country where we're fighting for our lives. You know what I mean? So it's like, as Tamil people, we need to stick together and show our roots and show our qualities and show that we're very smart people and that we can do it. Like it is possible. And it doesn't matter where your upbringing is. You could be from Scarborough. You could be from Jane and Finch. You could be from Jamestown. I don't care where your roots are. You could be from the West End. You could be from Saga. It doesn't matter where your upbringing is. You could live in fucking Bridle Path. But it's just like, bro, if you have a talent, you're Tamil, why are you afraid to show it? Yeah. Who cares what anyone's going to think? Bro, even with all this, do you know how many people, like, still to this day is like, this guy probably does fraud. Yeah, he probably did this, that. I'm like, bro, and I just laugh. And I'm like, yo, you know what matters? The man above knows. That's it. My closest people knows, as long as they believe me. And bro, like, I know. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. Yeah. I know the blood, sweat, and tears it took to get here. I know the OGs that follow me to this day that remember where Niro and Christina started. Yeah. You know, bro, like these, we would talk about in all the other podcasts, all these fucking scars on my hand, my body are from working hard. My wife has the same shit. You know, she's like one of the hardest working people I know. So when someone like has the audacity to say, yo, you probably did that, or you probably did this, the sad reality is that you have something that you're fighting inside that you're like, you want someone else to lose to make yourself feel better. When you're sitting there pretty much in your bedroom at your mom's house at the age of 30, 40, like grow some fucking balls, get up, like stop talking this shit and just like have some morals and go and fucking fight what's gonna make you happy. Why are you worried about somebody else? That's one thing. I don't give a fuck what anybody else is doing. In the most upwards, like most respect, is like, I'm happy for you no matter what, whether you're winning, whether you're trying to win, or you're in a dark place, because I know one day you're going to try to get out of it, you know? But it's just like, why are you trying to hate? Bro, we built this. And like I said, I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. And anything I've done, and you will see it like when I post and stuff too, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I'm the most raw when you see me in person. Like exactly how you see me on camera is exactly how I am in person. You'll see me drunk, pissed out of my mind on camera, not even singing the lyrics of a song properly. And I don't care. I'm not afraid to post that because I don't care what anybody thinks. I really don't give a shit. Yeah.
That's facts. I was telling even since we've been in contact, I'm like, yo, this guy's such a real guy. I'm like, yo, like he's exactly like how like you on the podcast, how you speak to me, how you speak to us, and since we got here, you're exactly like 100%, and that's the easiest way to do it. Just keep it authentic, keep it like yourself.
There's no act.
Yeah,
there doesn't need to be.
It's when it's an act, then it's hard to like maintain. Like you can't.
Even the couple of the podcasts we've done, like they've already had questions that we always like. We don't even go like we just be raw. Like just talk.
Sure. And you mentioned your wife. You've been with your wife since for how many years now?
It's gonna be we're actually celebrating our 9-year anniversary being married in 2 weeks.
Jeez.
So next year will be 10 years, big year. But we've been 13 years together. So pretty much when I started my business, I met her like 6 months after.
Okay. Yeah. How would you say? Well, I mean, obviously she has a big part in your success. How did having a supportive wife, or a woman by your side, like help you find?
Huge, bro. You know what? Everyone always says like you need a supporter beside you no matter what. And whether it's a significant other, whether it's a mother or a father or a brother or sister or a best friend, a lot of times your best friend's closer than your own family, right? And no matter what, like my wife has been there from the beginning. And you're a husband, you're a father. We were talking about that too. And I'm sure you're fighting your demons right now because you have a 9-month-old, you said, right?
Yeah.
And you have a daughter?
Yeah.
So, I mean, having a daughter, I got to say, honestly, is a lot easier.
You think?
Yeah, 100%. I will tell that as a fact. I don't care. Anyone that's watching on camera, I have 2 boys, okay? Yeah. No matter what, anyone that I've talked to that has girls has it way easier. When you have boys, it's much harder. When you have a second's a boy, but I feel like I have 4 kids. I love them to death. They're my babies no matter what. But having girls are a lot easier. But I know you're fighting your demons right now. And I know you're probably fighting your demons with your relationship. And the only people that are really going to gravitate and understand what we're talking about right now is the people that are married, the people that are having children, the people that are entrepreneurs, that are fighting the daily battles no matter what in the real world and then when the door closes, right? Because no matter what, everyone sees an image online. People see me and my wife. They're like, oh my God, I wish I could be like you guys. But bro, you guys don't see the fights and the bickers and the days where we're like, but you know what I mean? But that's all a part of growing with your marriage, right? We're 13 years in, but we have our battles. Of course we do. Just like any couple would, right? I have people in my DMs like, yo, like, how do I be a father like you? How do I be a husband like you? I'm like, bro, like, I don't know. Just figure it out. Like, I'm trying to figure it out still, right? Yeah. But one of the the biggest reasons we have what we have today is because of her. She's been the backbone. No matter what we're going through, we've had our hurdles, we've had our ups and downs. We try to figure it out every single day, just like, pretty much everybody. But, I even have my days, bro, where like, we get into these bickers and I'm just like, sometimes I feel like I don't appreciate what she actually does. But when you sit down and think after a fight, for example, it's like, damn, man, like, she really do got it down packed. She's doing all the small shit that a lot of people don't see. Even I don't see sometimes, but she's getting it down. She's getting it done. So shout out to her because she's done everything for me to have this. And none of this is mine. I always say it's ours, right? And now it's my children as well. So we're growing and this is only the beginning, and I hope that in the future, our children take over this empire if they want to. God willing. If they don't want it, I mean, it is what it is. Well, we pass it on. We can sell the business or whatever it is. But I believe that this will be a generational business, a generational name. And bro. And again, just being a father is like the best thing. When
you said fighting battles, because right now, I'm fighting a battle right now because this is my first ever trip or like night away from my daughter.
I was gonna ask that,
bro. And I'm FaceTiming them on the ride. I'm talking to my daughter. Now she can say dada. She's my wife is with my daughter all day long, but she still says dada.
She's gonna be walking like the next month, 2 months.
Exactly. So she don't so that's rough for me, And I'm sure you've had, like you said, you've had your battles as well, and we can't really speak about it like that. But you said that it's easier having sons. No, sorry, having a daughter is easier. How come?
You know what? Everyone that I know that is around me, that have daughters, one, you could see how they are with the parents, especially with the fathers. Because obviously they're dad as little girls, They're a lot more calmer. They're more patient. And as women are. Men are just very like, chop, chop, chop. Let's go. Let's get it. You know, and like active. Like we just have that testosterone in us. We just want to just run. Like my kids, bro, they'll be hanging off this like the ceiling. You know what I mean? Girls are just more softer, more calm. Especially the first. Your first kid is always going to be like the prince or princess. You know what I mean? The second will be more the little rowdy one, the rebellious one. You know, when you have your second, you'll know whether you have a boy or a girl. But like having two boys, like anyone that is a boy mom will understand. Anyone that's a father that has boys will understand, especially have multiple boys. I don't know. It's a fact. And we can leave it in the comments. You drop your comment and you let me know. Is it easier to have a girl or is it easier to have a boy or boys? To me, from what I've seen, and I have a lot of people around me that have two boys as well. And you see, it's the same. Like they're just up and down, bro. It's like chasing. You know what I mean?
Now that you mentioned it, because my sister has two boys. Second one is rowdier. Bro, we're at a wedding. Running around, walking on their feet. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? My sister's like stressed the fuck out.
Yeah.
But my daughter's just there dancing, just chilling. You know what I mean? So I get what it's kind of facts. If you don't mind me asking, did you, before you had your first child, obviously, boy or girl, we always say it doesn't matter, but like, did you have a preference?
I wanted a girl.
Oh, yeah?
I'll say that, and bro, I love that I have my first was Ethan. He's my little Prince Charming, bro. He's like a little businessman already, you know? But I wanted a girl. Reason being, and you know what? Let me tell you. I always wanted a boy first, growing up, especially Tamil, bro. We're brown, you know. You always want that like that little chalam. That's like that's the boy. Like he's the king of the house, right? But when I met my wife, she's 5 years older than her brother. It's just her and her brother. She's 5 years older. And she's literally the Mother Teresa of the whole family, the whole crew, the whole friendship group. Like she does everything for everybody. She's like the organizer. You know, like everyone should just call her mom, you know? And so when I first met her, when I saw how she was as a woman and just how she carried herself and how she doesn't like rely on any man to take care of her, I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, if I'm going to marry this girl, I'm like, I want a daughter like her. Like I want that. You know, like everyone as a dad always wants that little dada's girl. Like I still want a girl. You know what I mean? One day if it happens, it happens. But I always said, if I'm gonna have a kid, it'll be a girl first because I want it to be like Christina. You know? So
like you said, I wanted a boy first. I thought I wanted a boy first. And the second I found out I was a girl, like I was like,
you probably forgot about your wife. Now,
I'm a fucking softie.
Sorry to say.
I'm a crybaby now. Like, you know, like
you get
so much softer. So
much softer.
Like, I feel like if I had two boys, like it would have been like, like I'm trying to toughen them up. So I would have been a little rougher. But having a girl, bro, I'm soft as shit now. Like, you know, like
no, it happens. They always say it. The man always softens up. Well, even when you become a father, I mean, you always think twice, 3 times, 10 times before your actions now, regardless. Being a father, I mean, if you're a good parent, you will think about your actions before you overstep on anything. But they say when you have a girl, soften up.
Big time. And you had Ethan, your son, when your first son, at how far in the business?
I was 29. So it's 6 years ago. He's turning 7 this year.
Okay. And how was it having a child or a son while you're like in the grind, like
crazy
starting off? Because that's what I'm struggling with, but that's like.
So I had him in 2019 in November. COVID was like 3 months after that.
Ooh.
And, we had just started to pick up and like business was flourishing. I had just bought my first supercar. You know, we bought the last shop that we owned, bought our first home, had a kid. So it was a lot. And then everything changed in like a year and a half, 2 years. But I will say, because of me becoming a father was the greatest success that I've had. Obviously becoming a husband and, wanting to provide for my wife, wanting to provide for my family was always like that, like inner grit. But then when I became a dad, if you look at my success, if you go back and like even go on my page, when I had my kid, my first kid, is when the brand actually picked up, when it actually blew up. That's when it went viral. That's when I was like, buddy, we're like 10 toes deep now. We're like, we're going to do this. you know, whether it works out or not, doesn't matter. We're going to go full force. And that's where it grew, bro. And then, and becoming a father, a lot of people will understand it. Becoming a mother, they always go 10 times harder because of the kids.
Bro, I started doing this when I had my daughter. Like when my wife was pregnant, I'm like, yo, fuck it, I got to go even harder.
Yep.
Because there's no chance I'm fucking going backwards. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get that. But and it's good. Like, cause I take a lot of like, you know, I ask all my guests about fatherhood and stuff like that to try to learn from it. Cause none, you know, everyone, like you said, your eldest is 7 years old.
He's turning 7 in November,
And you're still figuring it out.
Yep.
But there's still like, you know, we could always improve. So I'm
100%.
always trying to like soak in what I can from fathers and stuff to just try to be better.
Yep.
And
you got to make sure you're involved, you know, as much as you can be. I get it. Like when people run a business, or I get it if someone works a 9 to 5 or even 2 jobs, it's hard to be there for their kids. But we got to break that. We got to break that whole thing where, you know, like, you know, we grew up where our parents were working all the time. We barely saw them. You know, we were brought up with like the outskirts, you know? But I always believe now, I'm like, bro, like that stuff can always be built later on.
Yeah.
If you can have the time with them now, then that's the time. So we try our best to be at I try my best to be at every extracurricular. I try to make sure I go home early, even if it's for an hour, 2 hours, just be with them, you know, like tuck them to bed, like tuck them in bed, make sure I shower them, make sure, like that's my routine. Like I love my routine at night because, you know, we ask questions throughout the day, what happened, like, you know, that's when they open up when they're laying in bed, where they want to ask for that. Like, they're like, you know, it's ready to go to bed. And they're like, Dad, I can have some more water. And you know, it's not even about the water. They just really want to just sit there and talk to you, or just like have them hold you. And like, it's the best feeling, you know?
Yeah. I saw like a TikTok where like a mother was saying that, like, you know, when your child is like struggling to fall asleep and you're trying to like just put them to sleep,
to rush them.
Think of it like you're back in, like you're like a time traveler going back in time and getting a chance to spend a time, like a night with your baby. You know what I mean? Think of it like that. And you'll completely like switch on how you look at that, you know?
Yeah. And you know what? Even now, like, bro, like I said, like my eldest is 7, my youngest is turning 4. Time has flown by so fast. And like I look at my boys, they're like fully grown kids, you know? And my 3-year-old, he looks like he's almost the same size as Ethan. Like he's tall, and like when I say he's 3 years old, they're like, no way he's 3 years old, you know? But it's like, bro, time flies so fast and you take it for granted. It's like you're just trying to chase the grind, chase the money, chase the success, and like, what does that matter if your kids are all grown up and then like it's like, yo, dad or mama wasn't around, and now they're like 12, 13 years old in our modern generation now, where they're like, you know, when we were younger, at 12, 13 years old, I was hanging out with my boys. I was not going home too, but like now it's more so where it's like, I don't know if they're like, it's not that they're embarrassed, but like, I feel like back then, like I used to be like proud to like talk with my parents or show my parents, or like if I was a young kid in this generation, I'd be like posting pictures of my mom and dad. You look at a lot of the kids now, like it just has like pictures of them or their friends. None of them will ever have pictures of their family or even their siblings sometimes, you know? It's kind of weird to me. It's like, bro, these are people that brought you into this world, right? So those are things you don't want to take granted. And I'm a strong believer of, you know, put them in as much extracurriculars as you can, whether they like it or not. Let them try it. If they don't like it, let them move on. Don't force them.
Yeah, facts.
You know, like my parents always put me into like this, that, but they were like, you don't like it? No problem. You want to do piano? Try piano. You want to do drums? Oh, you actually like drums. Hit it. And I grew out of it after like 2 years. I'm like, now I don't like drums. Maybe I like the guitar. Then I went to soccer. Then I went to ball. Like, but put them in those things to keep them active. When we were younger, because you're pretty much the same age as me, right? How old are you?
32.
Okay, so you're in the same generation, right? We're in our early 90s. We grew up with being outside on our, you know, bicycles. You're getting your bruises. You're falling down. You didn't have no iPad, none of this bullshit. Nothing against parents that are like, you know, giving that to their kids, but we try our absolute best not to give them any screen time. It's not that we don't. Maybe if you're having dinner, you want to watch a quick show for the 20 minutes. But, you know, we're going to pause and we're going to talk too. Right? But it's not like, hey, I just want you to shut up for a second because I need to do this. No. When you enter that door, if you're with your children, put your phone aside, put your pride aside. It's their time now. And we try to be outside as much as we can. If you see me, and I try not to post too much on my family nowadays. You see, I'm very reserved with that. Obviously, I believe in evil eye. You know, Kanuru is like, is a big thing, you know, especially for our kids, sadly. Bro, like I post my kids and it's so sad, bro. You post the kids and they fall on their face and cut their, like, it's so crazy.
Yo,
bro.
that's wild, bro.
Bro, like the other day, like someone, like I'm not even gonna say, but like someone like just random that I met, they're like, oh, your son's so handsome. Bro, the next day, literally my son fell and like scraped his entire forehead, like half his forehead skin peeled off.
Fuck.
I'm like my little Prince Charming, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, bro. Like Kanru is like, it's a real
It's
thing.
wild, bro.
And it's like, bro, like how do you get around it in this generation now? It's like, because you try to show an image, you're trying to build a brand.
You want to show that you're proud of your kids, like your present father.
And
then
like you want to show them they're playing soccer, they're doing that. I want to take a little video, you know. I want my family to see. I want my close friends to see it. But it's like it's the people behind it that have ill intentions that sucks. You know, it's just like why they're like that.
And like they don't even realize they're doing it, but it's just like they're just same thing with me. My daughter, somebody's gonna say, "Oh, she's so cute, so pretty, whatever," and then boom, next day she's sick.
Yeah, see,
can't sleep, she's sick. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
Yeah.
And then same thing with me, bro. I'm like, yo, I wanna. My wife's always like, yo, let's post her. Like, yo, it's a cute picture. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Nah.
Yeah.
I'd rather protect my
Especially
child.
with a daughter, right? You want to be more reserved.
Yeah, I'd rather protect her than like get that little bit of attention from like,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not worth it. But it's going back to, funny, speaking about our wives and all that, you said that your wife is really organized. And it's like a full circle moment because during COVID, when you were on the M2M podcast, you mentioned how you and your wife, when you bought your first home, you were waiting in line for like a week. Mm-hmm. You and your wife, you ran that line. And it's crazy because I was like heavy into like, I do a podcast now because I'm heavy into podcasts. So we used to watch that back then.
That's crazy you brought that up. A lot of people don't even know about that. That was the first podcast we did with Daniel.
And it's crazy, even crazier because when I told my wife that we booked this, she's like, yo, you know that listening to that, how you guys waited in line, she's like, yo, we have to buy a house ASAP.
No way.
Yeah, because of that.
Wow.
So we bought a house shortly after that, like maybe within a year or two.
Yeah.
But that's what clicked in our mind, like, yo, we got to do it now or else it might not happen.
That was 2019, bro, and you did it right at the hype.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's crazy. So
wow, see, it's crazy how much like how much of an influence that like small thing could have been.
Exactly.
You know?
And you said that real estate is a big part of your journey or your business too, and like your growth. I'm a mortgage broker, so that's my game too. So talk to me a little bit about real estate. Like how was, I know how your first home purchase went, but how was the following purchases after that?
I mean, it all started in same thing when I started my business, 2013. 2014. My mom, like even before I started the business, you know, the little money I had saved, because back then, bro, a deposit was like 20 to 30, 40 grand at the tops for deposit. And that's like your whole deposit for the 1 year of payments or 2 years, you know, and then your house gets built. Because houses were like 200-300K back then, bro. You had detached 4,000 square feet was like 800,000, which is crazy to even think about nowadays, you know? And like a prestigious area in like Brampton.
Yeah.
So, you know, throughout the years, you know, my girlfriend at the time, then she became my fiance, now my wife. We were always like house hunting, and Paradise Builders was actually one of my favorite builders back then. Because like, even to this day, I have an email dedicated to just all builders, and I just see all the projects that drop.
Yeah.
I always see what it is, try to get the first insight, get the friends and family scoop, you know, try to network and become really good friends with the designated agents that are for that project or whatever it is, right? And that's how we were able to get drops on properties quick and be able to be the first in line. But that house there, in 2015, Paradise Developments was dropping this project. It was a townhouse project. It was called City Towns in Brampton by like Chinguacousy and Queen. And my wife and I were watching it. We're like, yeah, it's going to drop. It's going to drop. It's going to drop. And every day I would go home, I would exit the highway, and and I would have to go right to go home, but left and like 2 signal lights, and I would see that place. Yeah. So we knew that the drop was going to happen. And like back then, again, the market started to pick up. Right before the height was like 2017, it dropped again, and then boom, it went back up 2021, right? 2020, 2021. So I was like, you know what? Every day before I go home, I'm going to just drive and see if anyone's lined up. Drove. Then the one day that I went, it was like I think it was like a Monday or Tuesday or some shit like that. And I had talked to the security guard. They're like, hey, is there a date? Like, just give me an inside scoop. Like, oh, bro, I'll even pay you, you know, a couple $100. Let me know the date where I know I can just come and line up, because I don't want to miss out. I know there's only going to be like maybe, you know, 50 to 60, 70 homes drop at the first day. That's how you know these builders are doing it. If there's 400 homes, they only drop like a small portion of it, right? And for whatever reason, one day I skipped, and I forget what it was, and I think it was like a Thursday. And I'm like, let me go. Made the left, and I seen 3 people sitting there on like little folding chairs. And bro, I'm a number 4. I'm December 4th, right?
What?
Yeah.
I'm a 22, but I'm a number 4 too.
No way, my guys. I'm a 4 and an 8, okay?
Yeah.
So it was 3 chairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way. And I had no chair in my car, nothing, right? I'm like, yo, these people are lining up. So I skirted in the parking lot, bro, like rushing because I'm like, yo, once you see a line start, bro, within like 30 minutes, you'll see 100 people.
Yeah.
So that the line had just started. I pulled in. I'm like, hey guys, like, what are you guys doing sitting here? They're like, oh, like they're gonna drop this project Saturday. This was a Thursday. They said Saturday the following week. And they're like, oh, the project's gonna drop, but we're just gonna sit here. And they didn't care. The security was there. The security's like, oh, you can't sit here. They didn't give a shit. They sat there. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sit on my ass, bro.
Yeah.
Sat on my ass. Call my wife. I'm like, yo, this line is starting now. We got to do something. Like, get your ass over here. Like, I got to work because I'm still working 2 jobs, like 80 to 100 hours a week, you know? And I call my boss. I'm like, yo, like, I'm trying to buy a house tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm trying to get my wife to swap in. Like, we swap back and forth. Ended up, we were number 4 in line. We ended up running the whole line. Yeah. Because so back then, someone was always designated to run the line, do check-in, roll call, whatever it was. But because that was like the start of like real like lineups and like the whole real estate boom, frenzy, I think, like 2014, 2015. We didn't even do roll call where like the strict people that were doing this thing, they weren't doing it where you were able to go home. Okay. You were doing it the raw way. We set up a tent. If you want to sleep in your car or like have someone stand in the line, I don't care if you're sleeping there, have someone stand there. We were very strict with it. One of the guys that was running the Paradise, I believe his name was Daniel as well. I have it on my phone. He saw how we were doing it. We had like a whole spreadsheet. My wife, again, very organized. Everyone's name, everyone's phone number. If they had someone swapping out, we had a sub name under them to swap out. But someone physically had to be there. Bro, I didn't shower in like 5 days. It was bad. Like I would literally go there, swap with my wife, run to the mechanic shop where I was working at. Like I would brush my teeth with a water bottle and like go. But that's what we did, and it was a $40,000 deposit. But we ran the entire line. If I wish I knew we were talking about this, I have the original. What do you call it? That board with all the names. I still have it. Oh, every house that we've bought, we're pretty much for lineups. I have all the original lists. I have all the original floor plans and the books. Yeah. They're all in like a big like filing cabinet at my house. And it's like a novelty item too, right? But it started with that. And we were able to get in. We got the exact house we wanted. There was only 4 of those houses because it was a corner unit townhouse. It was it was the biggest one that they had. And you know me, I always like to go big or go home, you know? And we didn't even know what we were doing, bro. Back then it was $499. So $500,000 for a townhouse. That was 1,980 square feet. Jeez. We're like, we're crazy. Yeah. We're like, yo, there's houses that are 3,000-4,000 square feet that are dropping for 800,000. You know, it's a little bit 300,000 more, but you're getting crazy more house. But like, yo, we're gonna drop 500,000 on a townhouse. We're crazy. What are we doing? Yeah. But bro, we closed 2017, and in 2 years we made $500,000, half a ticket off just real estate. Yeah. But we took that, invested it into another property, and then from there, every property that we had, we pulled equity, and then we just kept dropping, deposit, and we bought majority of our properties at the height of the market, which again, mistakes were made between mid 21 to March of 22, right before the crash. From Jan 22 to March 22, I bought, I think, 8 properties. Jeez. All deposits. It was probably like $700,000 or $800,000 in deposits. Yeah. Just like that. Boom, 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 boom. It was off equity we made off other properties. Yeah. And some of them we're still going to try to close on. But hey, we're here. Yeah. We have all these properties now. We have Airbnbs, and a lot of them are in the negative. If we do sell now, we were talking about that early in the podcast. But hey, it's all a learning curve, right? So we're gonna figure it out, and whether we sell at a loss, then we take our loss and keep moving on. But now we know what to do differently going forward, right? Yeah. Where did you even get that like foresight? Is it just because you heard about the hype, or like? No, what's crazy? Like my mom to this day, and we were fortunate enough to get some property for them as investment properties, through what we've built. But because it was always my mom's dream to like go get investment properties. So before my wife, me, my mom, my dad, my sister, we would just climb through all these little model homes. That was like our Saturday, Sunday ritual. It used to be garage sales, like I was a kid, me and my dad. And then like because of my passion with houses and like interior design, and I loved it, and my parents loved it. And we had just moved to Brampton, back in like 2001, 2002. All these lands that were empty.
Yeah.
That is now Brampton. I was there when it was all farmland. Okay, it was just Trinity Commons, and there was like no schools, no houses.
Yeah.
We had a little townhouse when we were first there, but our thing was to go through these like model homes and just dream. Like, oh my gosh, one day.
Yeah.
But we started from a little apartment with cockroaches and mice.
Same.
You know, like we were in the hood, bro. And then my dad bought our first home. You know, one of the hardest working people I know is my father. And he worked his ass off and bought us our first home. It was a townhouse in Brampton, Beauvais and Dixie. And then from then, like I said, my mom and dad always said, we're going to buy a detached one day, you know? So we would go Saturday, Sunday, even midweek and go through all these builders and just like, talk to them and like look like we're going to buy something.
Yeah.
And eventually they bought their first brand new home. And then we moved into it in 2006. And my parents are still at that house now. They bought it for $330,000. Top of the market, it was $2.1 million.
They stole it
in 2022.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, look at it. Because of that, because of me being with my parents, going in these houses, kind of drove my passion to to property and to investments. Where my mom was like, so the other thing I was talking about before I started my business, my mom was like, I know you want to start a business, but like, why don't you like put down on a house? Like you have some money, put down on the house first.
Yeah.
And then let the house make some money, take that money and go start a business. But I did it the opposite way, right? But I don't regret it. I believe that no matter what, God has his own chapters he writes for you every single year, no matter what. And we take it and we run with it. I'm not going to pivot another way and try to force something else. I just let shit happen now, Yeah,
shit. One thing you said about, how you said you guys visit the house and this and that, makes me think of like, like we're giving away a little bit of sauce here, but it's like the power of manifestation. Like you have to walk it. Like if you want a car, like go fucking sit in it.
Feel it, touch it.
See how it feels. You already own it. You just don't have it yet. You know what I mean? So like you have to like, so even if it doesn't sound silly, but it might sound silly to somebody just, we're going on an open house on a Sunday or Saturday, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time, but that actually, knowing or not knowingly, like might have like accelerated you acquiring these properties.
100%. One of my buddies, Rav Malik, he's like a strong believer of like touch it, feel it.
Yeah.
You need to be in it. If you want like designer clothes, go put it on.
Yeah.
You want a nice car, go sit in the car. You want a nice house, go and actually touch the wood, feel the granite, feel the marble. Like when you feel it and you manifest that, and if you can tap into your subconscious mind, is a whole different world.
Yeah.
Which he was one of the first people to help me even tap into that world where like, bro, I'm not afraid to say, we haven't said the last one. Like, bro, I will shed tears. I do cry, bro. I'm a man at the end of the day, but I don't give a shit. Like, I have feelings just like any human, right? And bro, one of the first times where I let out a cry where it's like, where I couldn't breathe is where I tapped into this subconscious mind where it was through breathing exercises and, certain sound waves. And I was able to tap into this thing where you're awake, but you're in a dream, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they always say, if you're able to tap into the subconscious mind, you're in, like, you are picturing what you really want, where you feel it to the point where it actually feels like it's right now.
Yeah.
So I felt like what I was thinking about and what I was manifesting, I felt like I was in that moment with my family. And I was like, bro, like the goosebumps was to my toes. You know what I mean? And like, bro, it's the power of manifestation no matter what. It's crazy what you can do with that. I don't know if you've ever tapped into your subconscious mind, bro, but
like that. No,
trust me, there's some YouTube videos you can watch where like they have these like sound waves that will help you tap into it. There's different stages like theta and like it's crazy, bro. Like it's an actual thing. And as you do these breathing exercises and block out the noise, put on some headphones, literally block out the noise. It is insane what you can do with that.
For sure. Because me, I'm also a believer manifestation heavy, and I'm also in like like. Obviously, brown parents, they say, okay, save, don't fucking spend crazy.
Yeah.
Me, out of everybody I know, I'm like the most reckless. Like, I'll get the nice car.
Yeah.
Not the nice, not like you, but like I'll get like an irresponsible car payment. I'll get the watch. I'll get this and that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Some people like to save their way to get what they want. I'm just like, let me get it, and then I'll figure it out because I have it.
Yeah.
And you said your first McLaren or first supercar, something similar to that. Like, or you tell me about your story about how you got your first supercar.
So I obviously want to elevate in the business. I wanted cars like that to be in the shop.
Yeah.
This was like early 2017, 2018. I had just built my second shop where we built a beautiful shop. Like again, even back then, a lot of people didn't have a nice shop like that. Nowadays, people have some beautiful shops, And but the next step was to be able to have a supercar. Not that I cared for the supercar. Like I've had it now. I don't give a shit about them. Like bro, like when I drive my Hondas, it makes me happy. Like I was driving this today, the Corvette, which I rarely ever drive. Last year, I think I put not even 1,000 kilometers on it. But I drove this for the past 2 days, and I was driving it here, and like it gives me a whole different feeling. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful car. It's still like, it's shy of, 150, 160K, but it's not a $500,000 car, $1 million car that, some of the cars that I've owned. But getting that car, one, it was something that I pretty much couldn't afford, but I knew I was going to do whatever it takes to be able to afford the payments, which we lightly talked about, bro. I was doing even Uber at the time to pay for that car. And the real ones know that I did that. And, even the other podcasts, I showed even the messages. And, but because of that, and the sad reality is that you need to look the part to be able to get into the certain doors or have certain kind of clientele come to you. I get it. You want to be respectable. You want to have a great image. You want to look great. You want to smell great. You don't want to look like a hood rat at the end of the day because you're going to get hood rats coming through. So, getting that car within 6 months of owning it, whether I went to the meets or not, like even with all the supercars, it's crazy because a lot of you rarely even see a lot of pictures of the cars that I've owned, or even at shows because because I was grinding, bro. Like it's grind 247. I owned them. People knew I had them. The random time, random story, or whatever it is, or people at the shop they see the cars, but because of even that, or just meeting someone at the gas station, I met so many people, and it was able to open up doors to that broader spectrum of those like higher end clientele and bigger network. But it was because I took that leap of faith and like that risk to go and buy a car like that I couldn't afford, and eventually was able to own, crazy supercars and have multiple supercars even at one time,
give us a quick little rundown. What's the collection looking like?
I mean, so like even at the time where like the 570S Novatech was one of my first. I had a Novatech 570S, then I had the 600 LT. The same time I had the 600, I had the Urus that I had got from my wife when she just started her real estate. She did like 20 plus million in her first 6 months of real estate, and like it was a gift for her success, and she earned every single dollar of it. We had that. Obviously, you see me with all my Hondas. I've had a bunch of Porsches. I just got rid of my 992 RS. But even at the time where I had the Mac, I had the Urus, we had our full body like extended ESV Escalade. And we were just rolling around just like with these cars, like even the VET, the M3 and the Hondas, and just rolling together as a pack. It just like, it's so surreal to even see that. Like in your rear view, it's like, shit, you don't own one supercar, you own multiple, and you're able to buy multiple. Like we were putting down, like I had an STO that we were building with Grand Touring downtown. We had allocations for Rolls Royces. We had all this stuff all at the same time. We had multiple cars coming in and real estate popping. But like one thing I did learn from all of that is like, bro, like doing too much all at once is not it either. Because you don't get to enjoy it anyways. So what's the point?
You can only drive one car at a time,
you can. And like even to that, are you even able to even drive it if you're like really just trying to grind, right? But bro, like, I mean, I don't regret none of it. God gave us the strength and the power to be able to do that and enjoy it. But now, like I said, I don't really care like for any of that. It's just more so time. I'd rather travel. You see me travel a lot now. And I like to enjoy like my cars that I actually get to build. Like look at the M3 behind you, like this thing has been doing like, I think it's done like over 20 million views online already. And it's a BMW, but this thing has done more numbers than any supercar I've owned, any Honda I've owned. But it's because like, bro, it's built from ground up. This is what my roots are. Like I like building shit from scratch,
At this stage, do you still have a dream car or not anymore?
I have dream cars. It's not that they're even not attainable. I can go get them now, but is it the right decision or is it a smart decision? No. I want like a P1 GTR. My dream car is a Senna, like fully built, even a Senna GTR, like straight track monster. There's some other cars that we've been looking at that are even some under the radar that people don't even know like what the name is, right? They're all dreams. But does it financially make sense right now to do? Probably not. With what's going on in the world, we have other things that we want to do and other businesses we want to open. And again, it's just like that money you spend on that, it's the time that you could be with your kids. You could take a trip with your family for a month, so it's like different decisions, different qualities of how I want to spend the money now,
Speaking of dreams, obviously we've seen the video that popped up that your dream collab is Drake. But I want to take it back to what was your first big collab or big client or big job that you got when you started off?
Ooh, first big client. I mean, that goes way back. I gotta think about what the biggest client was back in the days. But I mean, in our recent days, you know, we've been working with some of the Raptors players. We've been working with a lot of the OVO guys. There's a lot of big people that people don't even know about that are just like very low profile, that don't even want to be on camera, that we work with, you know, and these guys are worth billions. And I like that because they're quiet, you know, they're not out there like hot boy or like hot gal, like they're just doing their thing, you know. But yeah, we've worked with some powerful people, and eventually, you know, we're gonna, you know, work with some bigger celebrities. God willing, it'll happen. And but we just take every day by it is, you know, like we get the random call. So it's just like we just show up.
What's your most expensive mistake on a car?
Oh, Harv. Oh my gosh. Let me take a sip to that one. Jesus. We're human.
Yeah, exactly.
We're human.
I'm sure you fixed it. I'm sure you.
Oh no, we fixed it.
Exactly. So
we've made small mistakes, but I mean, there's been some big mistakes where it's been in like the double digits.
Yeah.
And it's not even like it was our fault or anything, but it happened. And it's just a part of business.
Yeah.
Put it that way. You're going to take some serious losses. You're going to take some serious wins no matter what. But it's all a part of business, bro. I mean, in the mortgage world, I mean, it might be a little bit different, but I'm sure you've made some mistakes. And like,
of course.
You know, sometimes maybe a client couldn't get a mortgage where like it was a mistake that you made. I don't know. Right. But like, the most I can say is that we're human, but we're going to stand on 10 toes no matter what, and make sure it gets rectified no matter what.
With all these cars, you know, you do Rolls Royces, Lambos, any kind of cars. I seen the one that you just did that you took it apart completely. The
Revelto. Yes.
How much does it cost on average to get some work done here at Art of Motion?
Ooh, you know, it used to start off as like a little $50 to $100, you know, for us, just an average job. Now I'd say like our average job is in 30,000-40,000 per car. And that's like a big project. Even if it's just like a vehicle protection package, you're in the minimum 15 to 20 grand range. But that's like a top to bottom full Art of Motion touch, like protection package out the door, go on the street, you're bulletproof. You know what I mean? That's including full body PPF, ceramic tints, interior ceramic, interior PPF, immobilizer, windshield PPF, that your most common stuff, right? And then you'll get the clients that want all that, plus a wrap on top, plus wheels, lowering, exhaust, tune. You know, like this G80 that's behind us here, like that's like a $25,000 build, and the customer hasn't even picked it up. It's been sitting here since October, I think, Harv, November. It's been sitting here, and he has multiple cars that we've built for him. We did that M1000 RR full carbon bike for him. We did his vet. That thing there, we're actually gonna now, pretty much all the brand new stuff hasn't even been driven. Some of the brand new stuff that's on there, we're gonna even take it off and sell it because he wants to go single turbo and go beadlocks and go like, so it's like that's gonna be like probably $100,000 build when we're done. But again, it's like no questions. And we were talking about this earlier. I have customers that'll just come and drop a bag and be like, "Yo, here's 50K, 100K. Do what you want.
Do your thing."
That's your canvas. And those are the best projects, bro.
And speaking of that, what's your most like? Do you have a project that's like you're the most proud of recently?
I think I'm proud of every job. I don't think it's like a pick or choose. I think no matter what, everything that leaves here, it leaves with our stamp. And whether it's small or big, I don't care if it was just a tint job that was like a $400 job or like a $100,000 job. I think everything is something that we're proud of because, I mean, hey, we were able to change it where it was from stock to, you know, boring stock to something crazy that like you'll notice that it was an Art of Motion car, you know.
And like you were mentioning during our tour when we started, you know, with the average cost of 40-50 bands, especially now it's a little rough in the economy. And you were mentioning that it's one of the slowest months so far. How do you pivot, or what's the?
I mean, hey, we're trying to figure it out. It's June, and usually this time of year we don't even know where to park. And you see, we have almost an acre lot. We have plenty of parking to park 100 plus cars. And to have a shop like today specifically, obviously we blocked it off to do this because every 10 minutes, the door keeps ringing, the doorbell keeps ringing.
Yeah.
People are coming in, people are working. So we blocked it off today. But it is definitely hitting the spot, and a lot of people are feeling, a lot of businesses are feeling it too. It's the slowest it's ever been. June, July, August. Usually families are traveling. Business owners are taking their time off. It's summer finally. We have 9-10 months of shit weather in Canada, right? So it does become slower, but we've always been busy no matter what, right? But we were talking about even earlier, May last month, I calculated, bro, I was minus 57% from the last year's already worst year in business. And it's like, bro, how much worse? Like, is it going to get worse? Like, we don't know, right? But Canada's officially in a technical recession. We've been in a recession, but they're just saying it now. And like, people are obviously getting scared, and you feel it.
Does that scare you?
I don't know, man. I'm not scared of anything. I believe in God. I feel like whatever it is, we'll figure it out,
Yeah, because everybody's feeling the heat. Like realtors feeling the heat, mortgage brokers. No one's buying, no one's spending, all that shit.
It's a scary thought, no matter what. But bro, as long as you have your family and you can eat a little bit, even if you have you eat bread and butter, bro, as long as you have something in your stomach, it's okay. You'll figure it out.
Butter and sugar, delicious.
Shit, my guy, right? So we'll figure it out. Everyone will figure it out. You guys will figure it out, man. Just stay positive. Pray. I always believe, no matter what, energy is the biggest thing. You see me smiling all the time. It doesn't matter if it's a bad day. I still try to smile. If it's gloomy outside, I'm like, yo, it's sunny outside. Just try to change your mindset up and just stay positive, right? So and everything will work out.
For sure. And even during this economy, you're still, I know we don't want to talk too much about it, but you're still in talks of expansion, worldwide expansion, multiple locations. We won't say exactly where just yet, but there's only one Niro. So how could you expand coast to coast?
Well, you were saying, like, how are you going to pivot, right? So with everything that's going on, even right now, with the economy, there's certain places that are still flourishing. I mean, America is still America. A lot of people don't like America for its own reasons, but you look at the G7, you look at the G20 countries, why are we the only country in those, big countries that are failing? So we can do what we're doing still to a point where it's like, how much more of my effort should I put in this basket? So why don't we put it in this basket? Why don't we try? If I don't try, I'm not going to know. It is a whole different area. It's not like I don't have followers, for example, like in Florida. Or I don't have followers in the East Coast, India, Sri Lanka, Australia, Dubai, wherever it is, right? It's like in that, or like even the UK. It's not like I don't, but we'll figure it out just like how we did here and built this. But I always believe that anyone that's a Canadian business, bro, if you were able to do it with how much this country doesn't really support our entrepreneurs, if you were able to do it here, imagine what you could do in a country that actually supports entrepreneurs and U.S. money. Come on, baby. We need U.S. money, So we're going to figure it out. Like I said, if I have to scale back here 60, 70%, 50%, 40%, I don't care. If I have to scale back here, pivot my efforts there, here, wherever, I'm going to do that. And even if we take a pay cut, bro, we are going to take a pay cut. We're going to have to figure it out. We're going to have to invest a lot to maybe try to make money, build a new network. Yes, we have followers in certain places, but it's a whole new market where, you're going to enter and have to network with a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are doing this same kind of niche where, you got to partner up with. I don't believe on ever stepping on anyone's toes. I believe everyone has their own thing. That's their own grind. That's their own clientele. You don't want to ever overstep on anyone's business, but I always believe in collaborating. Even like for the past couple of years, even last couple months, when I was traveling between Miami and Dubai, I was going to all these shops that are doing what I do here on even a broader scale with like crazy cars, doing Billing, Mansory, Brabus cars. And I'm just picking their brain and just be like, yo, how can we work together and collaborate? Because if I'm going to come there and I'm going to bring my name there, it's not like I'm coming there as competition. Just like I'm here, I don't believe I ever compete with anybody. I believe you can open up across the street and we're going to work together somehow. Because if I'm so busy, I'm like, yo, can you go over there? Because he's one of our, one of our partners we work with. And I would expect the same, but a lot of people don't do that in business. But one reason why we're successful is because we love to work with everybody, and we believe that no matter what, your clientele is going to come for you. And you, like, me, like for this brand, a lot of people come not for that. They come for
Exactly.
me,
Yeah.
right? Like they're like, yo, we want to meet Niro. Like you're Art Emotion. They don't even call me Niro. They're like, yo,
Yeah.
something just call me, yo, Aim. What's up?
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, if we're gonna go, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna collaborate, and we're all gonna win together, bro.
Do you think you have to be there physically, or you can train a team, or how's that gonna work?
No, 100%. I believe no matter what in any business, you do have to show up.
Yeah.
You have to show up. You can't just do it like off the radar. I mean, you can maybe after it's grown and you've built a proper team and a proper like structure where it can run on its own. But you do have to be there 1,000% to oversee it, and then eventually, to an extent, you can step aside and then move to different businesses, right?
Yeah. So here you would say you have a strong enough team where it can run even if you're not
Yeah.
here.
So even if I'm not here, I mean, like, so when I'm gone, like, I can close my eyes and not worry. Like Javier is my fucking little brother, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's not even just like an employee here. Like when people come here, they know like if I'm not here, you speak to him.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through him first. You know what I mean? So I believe when I'm gone, he'll run the show here just like it's his own. And I always like trained him to do that. My guy's made his mistakes, just like anyone has done in their life as being humans. But you live and learn from them. And you grow, and he's been growing, and I've been watching him grow as a young kid into a young man now, and like maturing, and I believe he's ready to take on that role to run this, and then vice versa. When I fly back from wherever I'm gonna go next, he's gonna go there. So I'm here, and then we vice.
Okay.
Because like I said, I do want to scale back. I've gotten to the point where we said bespoke boutique. I want it to be a boutique where it's like I'm not doing 100, 150 cars a month. I'm doing 25 cars a month, but I pick and choose the projects I want to work on, or I want Javier to work on, right? So if we can do that where, hey, now I'm not going to come here and be like, oh my God, damn, I don't have Harv here. I don't have this guy here. I could actually work on the cars, enjoy working on the cars. He can go there and be like, yo, running the show there while I'm gone.
And when building a team to scale, or even here when you're expanding, how do you teach them the sauce without like them leaving and taking it and opening up next door?
I mean, a lot of people will sign like an NDA and this. And I didn't do that with my guys. I believe, bro, if you're gonna be genuine, like we've lost some close people around us, and that's just a part of life, bro. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it anyways. Whether you do an NDA, whether you like whatever it is. Bro, it's a part of growing. It's a part of business. People are gonna learn the trade. People are gonna learn the tricks and stuff, and like go and try to open up. But when they do, and when they realize what it really takes to be able to do what you do, a lot of the times, it doesn't work out. And I'm not wishing ill on anyone, but it's like it takes a lot of sauce to do what we do. You know what I mean? And no one understands that until they really do it. And that's why a lot of places open up and shut down, whether you're in a restaurant business, whether you're in like you have a tile company, like they try to do what their bosses did, and then they couldn't do it because they can't fathom like the stress that they have to undertake every single day and still have a home life, a friend's life. Like it's a lot, so I mean, it's not for everyone, bro. So I'm not worried about that shit.
It's funny, I was watching a video last night where a guy was saying, like a business owner was saying, he's like, don't be mad when people try to copy you. Be mad when they don't, because that means that you don't have shit to copy. You know what I mean? So if they're trying to imitate you or replicate your formula, that means you're doing something right.
Yeah, 100%. When someone tries to replicate what you do, that means you're definitely doing something right.
Yeah, you just got to stay a little bit ahead to keep innovating, keep switching it up.
Just keep being you, man.
Yeah.
Just no matter what. Like, bro, I'm one of a kind. I have it tatted on me. I have 3 tigers on me. So this is one eye of a tiger here. It's kind of, I'm burnt now. It's summertime, but right under it says one of a kind. I always believe anything I do, I'm going to do it without copying anybody. I'm going to just be me. And if they imitate, they imitate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let them try to figure out their sauce.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of tats, you have AIM tatted on your neck. So I'm assuming this brand is staying with you for life?
For life, bro. At the end of the day, AIM has a big meaning. Like Art Emotion is Art Emotion. Our slogan was always aim to the top. Me and my boy Leon, we grew up young kids building Hondas, and like we were trying to figure out a slogan when we came up with the name with Art Emotion. And when I go aim to the top. So if you look at my original OG Integra, my gray one, the OG logo was Art in Motion, and right under it, in the middle of the Art in Motion, said aim to the top. and the front of the logo was a crosshairs.
Okay.
And bro, we're born and raised in the hood, so you know what it is. You know what time it is. We don't need to talk too much on that, right?
Yeah.
But the crosshairs was there for a reason. And AIM was like, yo, like no matter what, like they're gonna have AIM, but it's like let them shoot their shot at the end of the day, you know, like see what's gonna happen. Because at the end of the day, like we're just winners at the end of the day, and that's so it's always been inside of us. So it's like we're not gonna let anybody stop us no matter what. So like I put it right here on my neck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, bro, when I got my neck tatted, even though like right before I was getting it done, like I called a wife and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. She's like, you sure about this?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm never gonna fucking work for anybody ever in my life, and I don't care what rooms I sit in. But we were even talking about it earlier. I was in a courtyard with billionaires last night. Bro, there was like a $10 million Koenigsegg just sitting there like it's nothing. You've seen the videos. And we were sitting there with people that are multi-billionaires that are wearing RMs, Pateks, suited up. And then you're seeing the same guys that are suited up, Pateks, APs, whatever, tatted to the bone, tatted to the eyeball. Like, it doesn't matter, bro. Just be a good person. Your energy will speak for itself. I was speaking to some powerful people that are just look like straight corporate guys that you would think that would never even look twice at you. And they're just like your energy when you speak, and it's like they don't even see this. You know what I mean? But I was like, yo, if I'm gonna get my neck blasted, I'm gonna blast it, bro. I did a tiger right here, so I have a big pulley on the side here.
Shit.
You know, I got some tribal stuff. Because I believe like, yo, we're town people, we're tribal. You know, we have our own tribe, so that's why I have a lot of the tribal stuff there. But
what was your first tat?
My first tat was my chest piece. So this whole like chest piece here was my first tat. This piece that I have here about family. I have this crown on my left arm here. Those were the first tats I got within like the first week. It was my ex at the time. Her sister used to tattoo, and that's how we connected. And I would just sit there all the time on the weekends and just keep getting tatted, you know. But a lot of people are like, yo, you're crazy. Like your first tat, you're gonna go get your whole chest piece in the sternum. But I don't know. I like the feeling. I like the pain.
Yeah, I feel like people don't appreciate it. Like it's to get tatted like this, you have to like go through some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you know what? You touched on that, bro. I think it brings out a lot of the inner demons. You know, and I feel like it's for me is like almost like a coping mechanism with all the pain that I've been through in my life. So I sit there like, yo, I was getting blasted on my neck, and like my artist now is Loco. Like shout out Loco Inc. He's one of the sickest artists out there. He's
crazy. I seen his work.
He's with his ink, with his music. He's an amazing guy. He's a father, bro. One of the best fathers I know, bro. I love you, Loco. You know, he's been a great friend, you know. But when I was getting my neck blasted, and I'm just like sitting there like as if it's nothing, and he's like, Niro, he's like, I'm almost falling asleep. He's like, you good? Like, he's like, how are you not in pain, bro? Like people like, yo, you're getting your neck. And I have tattoos on the most painful places. Like even, bro, I think my most painful tattoo was this king and heart that I have here. My wife has the queen. It's on this finger, on our ring finger. That and on my knuckle tattoo. So it says self-made. These knuckles was the most painful I've ever, like most pain I've ever endured. Like, bro, I was getting tatted here because it's bone, right? I was feeling it in like my teeth and my eye, you know? But when I was getting my neck, I'm like literally like sleeping and like we're just talking shit, just like this. And he's like, bro, how are you not in fucking pain, bro? You know? And I did this whole thing in like 3 days, 4 days, all the way around, front, both sides, whole back, neck. You know, I have the numbers on the back of my neck. So a full neck blast in like less than a week. People are like, yo, you're crazy. And I'm just sitting there like just getting videoed and like it's nothing. But bro, like inside and just you think about just all the things you've been through in your life, and I feel like I didn't even feel the needle like penetrating my skin.
So, me too. Like I got my daughter's name here
on your neck,
right after she was born, and that's when I'm like, yo, I'm never working for anybody either. So I'm like, yo, fuck it up. I got it after I was 30, so I'm like, yo, bro, people do numbing cream and shit like that. I'm like, yo, but I'm like, yo, for my daughter's name, I'm gonna fucking take it. You know what I mean?
How'd it feel though?
Not that bad, actually.
Not that bad.
It wasn't.
Let's see the tat there.
Yeah, it's not that good. It's not that.
There's areas where like it's thin skin, where it's like the needle goes in and like it pulls your skin out, and you'll feel it. It gets irritating.
It's only like the Adam's apple that you feel like it's fucking like stabbing. Only here, like around here.
Anything where like the bone, like your collarbone, like all like this area, like bro, like this shit's like as you get the needle, it's like it's vibrating like in places you don't even know that you had existed, you know? But yeah, man.
So closing off, we're not done yet, but I'm just saying, like, you know, we're getting towards the end.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Niro, how are you really doing? Man to man. Not how are you doing, like how you have, what's up, how are you?
I know what question that is. I don't know, man. I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah.
Bro, like I fight my demons every day. You know what I mean? I think it sucks not having, like, bro, one thing I always dream of is just like, yo, just like I just want to be able to go out with my boys, play some music, you know, sing a fucking Katy Perry song. Who cares, you know? Just vibe out. Like I send my wife some shit sometimes. It's like, I just want that. Just like, I just wanted to be able to just not think about anything else, no problems, and just be okay. But I believe that we're gonna get there, bro. Like as I was saying, like all this other shit doesn't matter. Like jewelry doesn't matter, the fucking car, like none of this matters, bro. We're fighting for it. But am I okay? Nah, not really, bro. I'm not. Like, and I'm okay to say that now, bro. I'm open with everything. As you've seen, I'm an open book, you know? And I just try to figure it out every single day.
Yeah.
Especially as a father, bro. It's a battle, man. It's a battle no matter what. And it's a battle being a husband and just as a brother, as a son. Like, you just gotta, as men, we just gotta provide all the time, you know? And like, but we hold this whole world over our shoulders every single day. Yeah. And it's just like, it feels like it's crumbling no matter what you do, like whether it's good or bad, like it just like feels like it's never good enough, you know, bro. And like, yo, like I can see your eyes even watering, bro. It's crazy. The past 2-3 podcasts, we get emotional at the end. It's actually crazy, you know? But bro, I can feel it, bro. It's okay to say it, bro, you know, like, bro, I'm not okay, but I'll figure it out.
But is it, you find it just the pressures of everything all at once?
Yeah,
one
bro,
specific thing?
No, it's not even specific, bro. It's just everything. It just literally just feels like the whole world is just over you. It's just heavy. You just feel heavy all the time, you know? But people just expect you to just show up and show out no matter what. Or like, you know, when you're that person that walks into the room and you're like the sunshine in the room, or the person that like the life of the party, you'll realize that person is the person that's fighting the biggest demons.
Exactly, yeah.
And they have the biggest smile on their face, you know? And you see, you know, like, you know, mental health is huge, bro. Like suicide is like huge for men. Like it's the biggest thing. Like people don't realize the stats. Like it's actually crazy what like people go through on a daily basis, you know? And you see people just, you think they're happy or you think they have it all. They have it down check, but like you don't even know what they're going through. And then like tomorrow they're gone. They took their life, you know? And it's a sad reality that we live in, right? And being Tamil, bro, like, you know, we come from a generation and like a background of like, that's huge, bro. Suicide is a big thing, you know? And, but bro, like no matter what, like every single day, I think the only thing that keeps me going no matter what is my 2 baby boys. Yeah. Like those kids, like, and they're going to see this when they grow up. It's like, no matter what, data lives for you, you know? So like my goal is to just fuck all this shit, bro. It's just, I just want to be with them.
Oh, for sure. Because especially like, yo, like you can't, it's, me too. I'm like a big jokester. Like I'm always smiling, laughing like that. But I'm like, yo, if I actually start telling you my life, like, you're going to like cry, you know? Like,
100%.
This is my shit, you know?
100%. Bro, there's so much shit we won't even talk about because it just gets too raw, you know? But bro, we all have our shit. But you,
like the second we came in, bro, when we came in, I'm like, yo, let's park. Let's go inside. Let's just say what's up. Yeah. And we'll bring in our bags. Yeah. The second you came down, pop, like it was like ready. On go 100, you know? Yeah. But like that's not an act. You're that's how you really are. But we know, like I know that like there's like, you know, it's like it's kind of like you don't want the other people to feel it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
I try not to. I don't like to give anyone else my problems. Yeah. You know what I mean? I try not to let anyone feel what I'm feeling. Because it's not fair to them. Yeah. At the end of the day. And I know everyone's dealing with their own shit too. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So it's like, why you want to bring your stuff there? You know. But do I wish sometimes I could just sit there and like talk to somebody and like, you know, have that? Yeah, all the time, bro. Yeah. You know, like you can only do that so much with your significant other. But yeah, I don't know, man. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. We just met in person, but you know. If ever need to talk, I got you. You know, just wanted to have that moment
100%
on air, but switch it up, keep it light. What's your biggest year? What's your biggest, like, give me a number. What's the biggest, best year that you've had?
Best year I had. I think 2019.
Okay.
2019 was the biggest year. One, because I had my first kid.
Mm.
And I think that's the year my business took off. 2019. If I say a second year, 2016.
Oh, yeah.
2016 was a big year for everybody. That's when I took the pivot.
Summer 16 was a different.
Summer 16 was a whole different year, bro. And I think 16 is what put us on the map officially to say, hey, listen, we're not just a small shop. That's when I built my second shop, was 2016. And then 2019 was like the whole pivot of having a child, getting the first supercar, had a couple properties. We had done that project with Daniel. You know, we sold 25 million in real estate in 3 days.
Jeez.
That was 2019, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And I always ask, so now, how many shops have you had in or boutiques in total?
3 shops.
Okay.
So I've had, the first one was in Brampton.
Yeah.
Rutherford and Arenda. Second one was at Steeles in 27, bringing it back to Rexdale roots. And then now this one.
Yeah. Okay, so my show's called The Closing Time. So which one? Closing time means closing deals, closing locations, closing transactions. So which is your favorite one out of the 3?
Damn. This one is obviously like, it shows all the hard work.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite one and the time that I had the most peace was my first one. The most peace I've ever had. Very simple days. Turned some rents and some Hondas. You know, we already started to get some properties. Had a lot more time. So I'd say the first shop. That little small shop in Brampton, bro.
Yeah. And on the flip side, we probably touched on it a little bit, but what's a moment where you felt like the business is going to close down?
Ooh. I don't think I've had that fear because we've always tried to just figure it out, and we've been riding the wave as much as we could. Right now with what's going on in the economy, like it's scary times. It's not that we're ever going to close down. Fuck that. I'll never close down. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure this shit stands on 10 toes. But there has been some scary times. Yeah. But like I said, bro, we're going to make it happen no matter what.
Pivot, make a move. So once again, Niro, I just want to thank you so much just for how you've, just been throughout the whole process. I mean, every guest that every podcast you've been on has said how you're such a real guy. You're authentic, you're genuine, you're open to working with everyone, but especially me, being a Tamil guy, Tamilin, whatever you want to call it, but Tamil to Tamil, like it's the first one we've done.
Yep.
And I see that you really want to support others, and I see that you supported the Rams, and you just randomly share random pages of like Tamil people doing it up, Knit Talks, Tilags. Yep. So why is that you want to?
Bro, I'm Tamil to my blood, no matter what. You know what I mean, bro? I have 3 tigers on me for a reason. You know, I have a massive one on my whole rib cage. I have this one here, and I have on my neck. Bro, I love my Tamil people no matter what. Sometimes people are like, yo, sometimes you don't even act like you're Tamil, you act like you're Kuli. Like, I'm like, I'm married to a Guyanese, bro. I was brought up in Rex. So like for me, there wasn't too many Tamils. It was like our little clique. Yeah. It was me, my boy Panch, Praveen, Prasad, and like I had one of my friends, Janani. Like, it was just our small little Tamil clique. So it was not crazy where I had like hundreds of Tamil friends, But no matter what, like I always supported my Tamil people. We were always chilling in Scarborough. But, I feel like the Tamil community is just super underrated with how much talent is there and how much knowledge, how much power we have, bro. Yeah. Because as a community, we have such a massive network of Tamils in Canada, in Ontario alone, right? Like we have over like 500,000 Tamils, I think, here. Killing it here. Yeah, it's a huge population. Like the whole East End is all Tamils, from Scarborough to Pickering, Oshawa. It's all Tamils, and it's all our young generation. And my sister's on that side. She moved from the West End to move there with her husband, so she's in like Ajax side. But there's so many powerful people out there in the real estate world, home building companies, just people that have automotive shops, bro, like people that have wedding businesses and camera guys, DJs, like you have massive people in the industry where I feel like they just need to come out more and get out of their comfort, like that little comfort zone that they're in that little shell of that turtle, and just be like, yo, like pop your head out and like just like get out there more.
Yeah.
You know, show up for the community more. There's not too many Tamils that are just out there in your face all the time.
Yeah.
But they're there, bro.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
when they do it big, like
Yeah.
yourself. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like we our people, because it's not like we're shitting on you guys. It's like we could be the biggest haters or the biggest supporters.
Yeah.
And if we all work together, like we could build something huge. You know what I mean?
1000%. I believe, brothers, there shouldn't be an ounce of hate in your blood, bro.
Yeah.
Where, bro, you could have everything taken away tomorrow,
Yeah.
and you're worth nothing. So none of that matters.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care if you're Tamil. I
Yeah.
don't care if you're Punjabi. I don't care if you're white, black. It doesn't matter what you are.
Yeah.
Bro, we're all human. There's a God.
Yeah.
And that's it, bro. Be good. Be good to your people, especially your own kind.
Mm-hmm.
Because, bro, we've been battling so much in our life, in our lifetime of, you know, Sri Lanka has its own like history, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
Exactly.
Bro, it's like the top
Yeah, now
five
it's going
countries.
crazy, too.
Top
They-
five
they-
countries to visit in the world is Sri
Yeah,
Lanka.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Whether you're on the Jaffna coast, whether you're in the Colombo coast and the Sinhalese side.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have an ounce of hate. I believe no matter what, if you're a bad person, then you're a bad person. Fine. But that doesn't mean you have to be a bad person.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you should be Tamil on Tamil or Tamil on Sinhalese, bro. Whatever.
Yeah.
We have that. That's a whole other like topic. You know what I mean? But bro, I have so many Sinhalese friends. And I
Yeah.
love them. They're amazing.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean, and they love their Tamil people too. You know what I mean? But why is it that Tamil people can't support their own?
Yeah.
Do it more. Support your people more. You know what
For
I mean?
sure.
And just show up and show your qualities, bro.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of hidden talent that you guys are just suppressing, bro. Get out on camera, bro.
Yeah,
you know, show
definitely.
up. Let's do something.
And you know what's fucked up? This whole conversation, we dropped some gems, but all everybody might have heard is just we're saying Tamil when they pronounce Tamil,
Yeah,
but they can't even speak it.
I know.
They'll be like, yo, you don't say, they'll say Tamil, but then they can't even speak Tamil properly. But then we're saying Tamil, we're putting on,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they'll be like, oh, yeah, these guys are just, they're not even saying it right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But like just us, you know who we are, you know
Yeah.
what we are. Even if we don't say it, you know what's up.
Yeah.
And being out here is like putting on in our own way. You know what I mean?
100%, bro. No matter where we're
Yeah.
Tamil and from
That's right.
our roots, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big facts.
That's it.
So I think that's a good way to close out.
Yes, sir.
Once again, Niro, Mr. Art of Motion, thank you for having us.
Love.
Amazing podcast. Real
I
shit.
appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Coming all the way from MTL.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
we had
took
to
the
do it
trip.
up.
Shout out to the camera guys out there in the back.
If ever you're in town, I'll definitely have you on
100%.
again.
Next time I'm gonna be there, bro, I'm gonna hit you up, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta show me some of the underground spots. You
Yes,
know?
sir. Yes, sir.
We'll smoke a fire cigar on a patio
Yes,
somewhere.
sir. All right. Once again, that's episode 10. See you next time.